Okay, so have you ever gotten totally sucked into like a Wikipedia rabbit hole?
Yeah, totally. I mean, who hasn't?
Right, where you start with one thing and then suddenly it's 3 hours later and you're like 10 clicks deep into some totally random
Oh,
topic.
yeah, like the history of the paperclip or
But
something.
exactly. I mean, it's amazing how much information is out there, but sometimes you just want the good stuff.
Ah, the distilled essence.
Exactly. Like you just want someone to tell you what's really important and interesting without having to wade through all the noise.
And do it in a way that's fun, too, right?
Totally. And that is exactly what we're doing here today. We're diving deep into a topic that's guaranteed to make your mouth water. Indian street food versus the world.
Oh, now this is a battle I can get behind.
Right. We're actually going to be working from a podcast script that already compares these two culinary titans.
Ah, so we've got like a roadmap already laid out for us.
Exactly. But we're going to go even deeper, really unpack what makes street food so universally beloved.
The flavors, the affordability, the whole experience.
Yeah. And of course, we got to tackle the hygiene question head on.
Yeah, no escaping that one.
And ultimately, we need to answer the burning question. Who wins the flavor war?
Well, I guess it depends on your definition of winning, right? I mean, you've got the explosive, tangy, spicy world of Indian street food
Oh yeah, just imagine like a pani puri bursting in your mouth.
versus, say, the comforting, savory embrace of a New York-style hot dog on a cold day.
Ooh, yeah, that's a tough one. Or how about those crispy little Japanese takoyaki balls
Oh, yeah, packed with that umami goodness.
up against the hearty, satisfying vada pav? It's a real clash of cultures.
A delicious one at that. But I think what makes Indian street food so special is its incredible diversity.
Right, it's like a culinary tapestry reflecting all those different regions of India.
Exactly. Each one has its own distinct personality, its own story to tell through flavors.
Yeah, like if you're in Delhi, you got to try the chaat.
Oh, that sweet, sour, spicy explosion.
It just wakes up your taste buds. Then you head south, and it's all about those fluffy idlis and crispy dosas.
Often served with that fragrant sambar and coconut chutney.
Mmm, so good. And then you go west, and you discover dabali,
A fascinating blend of sweet, spicy, and tangy.
usually stuffed with a spiced potato filling and topped with crunchy sev.
Oh, and don't forget about those fiery mirchi bhajis from Hyderabad.
Seriously spicy, right?
And the seemingly simple but incredibly addictive jal muri from the east.
Each region, each bite, is a journey in itself.
Absolutely. And when we look at global street food, we see that same kind of regional pride and flavor diversity.
Yeah, like in Thailand, you have the fragrant lemongrass-infused pad thai.
And those sweet, sticky mango slices with rice.
Mm-hmm. Mexico, of course, has those amazing tacos al pastor with the marinated pork.
And Korea, you have to try the chewy, spicy tteokbokki.
Yeah, and then you have those Western classics like the American hot dog and pretzel.
Maybe not as complex in terms of spices, but still so iconic and comforting.
Right. And of course, we can't forget about the explosion of food truck culture.
Yeah. Bringing global fusion to the streets.
But I think what really sets Indian street food apart is the whole experience. It's not just about the food itself.
Yeah, it's about the sights, the sounds, the smells, the energy,
Like picture yourself standing at a street stall, watching the vendor expertly assemble your snack.
the sizzle of the oil, the aroma filling the air.
The vendor calling out to passersby, the crowd buzzing around you.
Our source called it beautiful chaos, and I think that's a perfect description.
It really is. It's like a symphony of the senses.
And I think that vibrant, bustling atmosphere actually enhances the flavors.
Totally. It's all part of the experience. Now let's talk about something that's really important, especially for those of us on a budget price.
Because, let's face it, sometimes you just want a delicious meal that doesn't break the bank.
And that's where Indian street food truly shines.
Right. I mean, you can literally feast like a king for under 100 rupees.
Yeah, some tasty momos, a plate of chaat, and a refreshing drink, all for less than a couple of dollars.
It's remarkable, really, and it speaks volumes about the accessibility of good food in India.
It makes you think about the scale of the informal economy that supports all this and keeps prices so low.
Absolutely. So how does that compare to street food in other parts of the world?
Well, in Thailand, you're looking at around 80 to 120 rupees per dish.
Okay, still pretty affordable.
Yeah, Mexico's about the same, maybe around 100 rupees for some tacos.
Not bad.
But then you go to New York, and that classic hot dog will set you back 160 to 250 rupees.
Ouch, that's a bit of a jump.
And in Japan, those delicious takoyaki balls can cost upwards of 300 rupees.
So from a purely economic standpoint, India wins, hands down.
Totally. Makes you wonder how that affordability impacts how often people enjoy street food and how it fits into their daily lives.
Yeah, it's definitely a big part of the culture. Speaking of culture, we got to address the elephant in the room, right?
Okay, the hygiene question.
Yeah, it's a big one, especially for travelers. I mean, we've all heard those stories about deli belly.
Right, and it's true that in some countries, like Japan and South Korea, they have super strict hygiene rules for street food vendors.
Yeah, you see those immaculately clean stalls, everything's organized, very meticulous.
Makes you think about the different cultural perspectives and regulations around food safety.
Absolutely. But the good news is that things are changing in India, too.
Yeah, especially in bigger cities, you see cleaner carts, more disposable plates, and stricter inspections.
So hopefully that stereotype will start to fade as hygiene standards improve.
Fingers crossed. Now, the source had this funny little tip. If you have a sensitive stomach, maybe start with a Vadapav and see how you feel.
Yeah, that's pretty relatable advice, especially for first-time visitors.
Totally. But let's move on to something a bit more positive. The cultural significance of street food.
Because it's so much more than just a quick bite, right?
Absolutely. In India, street food is woven into the fabric of everyday life.
It's like a social glue, bringing people together.
Think about those college kids bunking class for a samosa, or office workers gathering at a chai stall.
Or those late-night dosa cravings after a long day.
It's those shared moments, those rituals that make it so special.
Our source said there's a story attached to every bite, and I couldn't agree more.
And while other countries have amazing street food cultures too, Bangkok's late-night stalls, Mexico's food festivals, Japan's shrine food streets, there's a certain intensity to the Indian experience.
Yeah, like it's more deeply ingrained in daily life, more pervasive.
And I think that has a lot to do with its accessibility and affordability.
It's not just a treat, it's a staple.
Now, let's talk about how these different street food worlds are colliding.
Globalization, baby.
Exactly. It's fascinating to see how culinary traditions are influencing each other.
Like Indian street food is going global with fusion dishes popping up everywhere.
Pani puri shots in London, butter chicken tacos in Toronto, dosa pizzas in Dubai.
It's incredible, right? Shows how adaptable and universally appealing those Indian flavors are.
And it's not just one way. Global flavors are infiltrating Indian street food too.
Like Korean corn dogs in Delhi, Turkish wraps in Mumbai, Vietnamese banh mi in Bangalore.
It's a real culinary exchange program.
A delicious one, that is. Makes you wonder what kind of crazy fusion street food we'll see in the future.
So after all this, we have to come back to our initial question. Who wins the flavor war?
It's a tricky one because taste is so subjective, right?
But based on everything we've discussed, we can draw some conclusions.
In terms of affordability, India is the clear champion.
And when it comes to diversity and regional variety, India also takes the cake.
But if we're talking about hygiene standards, maybe Japan and South Korea have a slight edge.
And for those late-night cravings, nothing beats India, right?
Oh yeah, that 2 a.m. Maggie is a lifesaver.
So while there's no single winner, one thing is clear. Indian street food is more than just food.
It's an experience, a feeling, a connection to culture and community.
If you've ever stood mesmerized by a chaat cart, mouth-watering in anticipation,
Or braved the burn of those fiery momos because they're just that good.
then you know what we're talking about.
Indian street food isn't just sustenance, it's home.
And that global spread of street food, the fusion, the adaptation, it really makes you think.
About the power of cultural exchange, the universality of flavor, the human need for convenience.
What new street food creations will we see in the future? What unexpected flavor combinations will blow our minds?
It's exciting to think about. So go out there, explore the world of street food.
Embrace the chaos, savor the flavors, and discover your own personal favorites.
And remember, every bite tells a story.
A story of culture, of community, of human connection.
So go write your own street food story.
Bon appetit.
And happy eating.